Greetings, greetings, my people, and indeed a very, very warm welcome to each and every one of you, and indeed welcome to the New Zealand banknotes currency series, and indeed welcome to the last and final, the fifth in this series, your 5 New Zealand dollar banknotes. And with that, let us all dive on in. And when we come back, we will definitely be analyzing the details of this 5 New Zealand dollar banknote, starting from the security feature to the artistic illustration, as well as the person depicted on the face of the New Zealand dollar, on the 5 New Zealand dollar banknotes. And with that, my people, let us dive on in. All right, welcome back, my people. Very good to have you guys on here. And looking at the security feature of the $5 New Zealand banknote, it does follow 3 processes, which is your fill process, it does follow your look process, and it does follow your tilt process. And we will be running you guys through all the processes one by one, starting from the look tilt process. And I want you guys to concentrate on this color changing bird, and when we flip it, it is actually a fern on the other side of the note. So looking at this shellhito of the bird and holding the note up to the light, you will see that the fern window from the back of the note shining through. Very evident. All right, and as we move the note, depending on which angle, we can actually see the color inside the bird changes, and a bar rolls diagonally across the shape of the bird. So that is one of the security feature. And moving towards the the look tilt feature. So because this banknote has been battered, I believe what I need to do is probably get a fresh note and probably use it as an example. So I'll use the 100 New Zealand dollar as an example. So I'll do it side by side. Let me see which one is the best way to do that. So I'll do it side by side each other just to compare. So we know that there is something called a holographic number. So here is 001, 100, 001. So it alternates, similar to the 5 New Zealand dollar. It doesn't alternate, but yeah, they do flip the numbers back and forth. All right, we have a holographic bird here. So the featured bird is also included. It does change color as well, similar to the 5 New Zealand dollar note. It is a battered note, so all the features have actually faded. Anyways, we have the map of New Zealand as well here, changes color as well, similar to the 5 New Zealand dollar note. And there's something called a number reversal. So inside the North Island map, this is the South Island, this is the North Island, they have put in 5 there, but I believe the 5 does reverse. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it does reverse as you tilt it. Let me give you an example in the $100 New Zealand note. So it goes from 100, from 100 to 0, yeah, to 001. So now it's showing as 001 here. Now it's showing as 100, 001. So yeah, that's the feature of that. And we have a silver fern just in behind the map of New Zealand. the silver fern just in behind, and also there's a 3D number. This one is 5. Here it's clearly showing 100. Yeah, it is a clever number, looks 3D, but it should actually feel flat. Last but not the least is your embossed 5 New Zealand dollar here. 5 New Zealand dollar embossed, similar to the 100 that is embossed as well. So yeah, those are the security features on the look tilt process. Yeah, thank you 100 New Zealand dollar note for that. We'll continue with our 5 as this is its show, its program. Anyways, we move on to the fuel look process. So always we have been advised that we should feel, look, and tilt our banknote to check the authenticity and the genuinity of the banknote. So filling the banknotes as they are distinct polymer fuel, and the notes are smooth and made of one piece of plastic, so they shouldn't really tear easily. So this one is quite an old one, used one, very durable. But the main feature of this particular note is actually the raised ink. So we fill the raised ink both in front and at the back of the banknote. So on the front of the banknote, the large number here, this 5, feels raised. On the newer ones, you will see how abrasive it is when you fill it. Even the portrait of the Sir Edmund Hillary here is actually raised as well, has a raised ink filling. You will feel that more than the 5 New Zealand dollar because of the larger surface area. The words Reserve Bank of New Zealand, Te Pūtea Matua, is actually a raised ink filling as well. And on the back of it, again, the 5 New Zealand dollar, or the 5 denomination, is done with a raised ink. Even the penguin as well, plus your New Zealand, Aotearoa. Aotearoa is the Maori name for New Zealand. So yeah, it is a unique feature that feels familiar from previous notes. And the main and the most important and significant security feature is your UV light technology system. So if I get my UV light here and I put it on, it's on, and I put it on the banknote, I can see the UV light effect. So back to normality, it is showing. I believe that's the only place that we have this UV light effect on the banknote. Even if I get the older note, let me see if there is anything like that. I don't think so. No, nothing like that on the older version. Anyways, yeah, so that is where the security feature is for your 5 New Zealand dollar note. Yeah, quite interesting. All right. Anyways, yes, moving away from the security features, moving to the main feature of the 5 New Zealand dollar banknote. We have here Sir Edmund Hillary from 1919 to 2008. He is New Zealand's best known mountaineer. So in 1953, he and Tenzing Sherpa were the first people to reach the summit of Mount Everest. In 1958, Hillary was the first person to drive over continental Antarctica to the South Pole. Incredible. Anyways, looking at this background here, this mountain here is what we call Mount Cook or the Aoraki. So in New Zealand, or let me say in New Zealand South Island, it is actually the country's highest mountain, and it was the scene of Sir Edmund Hillary's earliest major climbing successes and was one of his favorite mountains. Moving on to this pattern here, yeah, this is our usual Maori pattern, always derived from some of the wood carved buildings or the marae. This is what the marae looks like here. And the name of this pattern is called Tuku Tuku Kawo Kawo. Tuku Tuku Kawo Kawo. So Kawo Kawo is the name of the pattern included on this banknote. It is from the Tane Nui Rangi meeting house on the University of Auckland's marae. So yes, this is what they call a marae. So it does serve a religious and socio-cultural function or purpose. So it symbolizes the strength and shelter of the Maori meeting houses and mountains, both of which feature prominently in proverbs and aphorisms of the Maori people. So the Maori people are the original indigenous people of New Zealand, same way you have your Aboriginal people in Australia. So the Maori here are the indigenous, the native of New Zealand before the advent of the Europeans from Europe, predominantly England. And yeah, we know the rest of the story. This is what it is. Anyways, moving on to the yellow-eyed penguin known as Ho'iho. The binomial nomenclature naming system is actually Megadiptes antipodes. Okay, the yellow-eyed penguin or Ho'iho is unique to New Zealand and one of the world's rarest penguins. They are found along the southeastern coastline of the South Island and on Stewart Island, Campbell and the Auckland Islands. Alright, the Ho'iho has a distinctive yellow iris and a yellow band of feathers across the back of its head. Alright, so adults are gray blue on the back with a snow white belly and pink feet. Pink feet. Let me see if the feet is showing here. Yep, they got it right here on the older note. Anyways, uniquely for penguins, the Ho'iho are solitary nesters and will travel quite far inland to nest. The species are threatened by loss of habitat and predators such as your Stuart dogs, ferrets, and cats killing its chicks. Okay, Campbell Island is, or let me say the Campbell Island scene. So Campbell Island is the southernmost of the New Zealand subantarctic islands. Yeah, subantarctic islands, about 600 kilometers southeast of Stewart Island, and a population of yellow penguin or the yellow-eyed penguin live and breed there. This view of Campbell's Island shows Northwest Bay from the slopes of Mount Azimuth. Let me see from the older depiction how it looks here. All right, moving on to the rose lily. To the rose lily. So which one is the rose lily now? I am a bit confused. I believe it's this guy here. That is rose lily. This should be your daisy flower. Rose lily, yeah, because I did showcase the language of flowers coin series from the Munze Osterich, the Austrian mint. So this should be daisy. Definitely I've seen this before, and this should be your lily. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyways, the rose lily, the binomial nomenclature name is Bulbinella rossi. Produces spectacular yellow flower heads in early summer and grows to a height of about 1 meter. It is not a true lily, being more closely related to aloe or aloe vera aloe. It is native only to Auckland and Campbell's Island. Interesting to hear. Looking at the older note, I believe the rose lily is this one here. Anyways, is the daisy here on the yeah, it is here on the older version. This is your daisy on the older version. Anyways, Campbell Island daisy, the binomial nomenclature naming for it is Pleurophyllum speciosum. Okay, so the Campbell Island daisy has colorful pink and purple flower heads and is a mega herb in the daisy family. It is found on Campbell and Auckland Islands. Here, the plant grows close to the ground to avoid strong winds. Anyways, if you want to learn more about the language of flowers, I've done a coin review series. So there have been 3 of them that I have done. Dandelion, I think it's your rose, and the other one, forgotten what the name was, but yeah, the chamomile, forget me not, and the rest of them will come later in the series, in the coin showcasing video for the language of flowers, a series done by the Munze Osterich. So or the Austrian mint, if you want to know a little bit more of the secrets of the language of flowers, it is well detailed and explained in that video. Anyways, a very big thank you to each and every one of you. That concludes the last and final banknote, your 5 New Zealand dollar banknote in the series of the New Zealand banknote currency series. I hope that you guys have all enjoyed immensely the whole series itself. Yeah, let me know what else you guys would like to see on here. I really do hope that I have done justice to it, that you guys have enjoyed. If you've enjoyed all the whole presentation, starting from your 100 New Zealand dollar note, which has been quite helpful, the $100 New Zealand note, yeah, it has been actually quite helpful, to your 50 New Zealand dollar banknotes, which has been actually quite helpful as well. So yeah, from the 50 to the 20s, 20s to the 10s, and now the last of them, your 5 New Zealand dollar banknote. Yeah, a very big thank you to each and every one of you once again for dropping by to watch another edition. And before you leave, hit that like button. It is food for the YouTube algorithm. And indeed, if you are a returning viewer and not yet a returning subscriber, if you always come here to view things like this, please pledge your allegiance to us in whichever device you are watching on. Hit that subscribe button. It does help to build this channel. It does help to keep us afloat. Yeah, we want the numbers to continue to rise and to ramp up. So yeah, we do humbly ask that you guys help us out, to grow the fan base. Anyways, I believe that is all, and I believe that you guys have all enjoyed immensely this particular series itself, the last and final of them all. And with that, I want to say a very big thank you to each and every one of you, and definitely I will see you guys in the next one. Fingers crossed.